Warning. If you are prone to get your feelings hurt and are a person that is serious and doesn't like to laugh, this pod is not for you. If you're looking for serious analysis, breakdowns, X's and O's, hate that the NBA has so much drama, this pod is not for you. If you're looking for something soothing, like ASMR, this pod is certainly not for you. On this episode of This League, we talk about why the Nets are so damn messy, how the 76ers are playing hungover Saturday rec ball, why I was so privately wrong about Steph Curry. I mean, everybody else was. And we also talked to NFL insider Jay Glazer about scooping in the NFL, how it compares to scooping in the NBA. And then we hit listener questions from my DMs. So, all right, let's get into it.
Yo, Trysta, what's happening with Kyrie?
I mean, that's a question we could probably ask every single day, right? Just take a little stroll down his Instagram, and you'll find yourself asking yourself the same question, I guess. The latest chapter has me very concerned. Very concerned about the organization, very concerned about Kyrie and Steve Nash. By now, I'm sure everybody knows that Kyrie is skipping games for personal reasons. He just didn't feel like playing. This is not Monte Ellis that was like trying to pretend that he injured himself playing pickup basketball, but really he crashed his moped. This is Kyrie just being like, I didn't feel like it. I don't know. Wasn't my jam today. This is a marquee player that's sitting out for an indefinite period of time. I get that he's, like everybody right now, he's affected by the political events going on in D.C., and I get that. But the story for sure gets more spicy when Kyrie decides, like, I'm just not going to tell people that I'm not going to play. I'm going to show up for work, and I don't have anything to explain. I have nothing to say. I'm just going to go AWOL. That's that. He apparently never alerted his coach that he would not be playing. Which, being the Nets, Steve Nash decided to blow him up in the pressure.
I haven't spoke to him yet. I can't really comment because I haven't spoke to him and it's personal reasons. So it'd have to come from Kyrie, but I don't believe that to be the case.
I don't know really where to begin on this. First, you obviously have Steve Nash, like clearly dry snitching. Clearly. I mean, what can you really expect, though, when your marquee star is not telling you or answering your calls or your texts, and he's just not showing up for games? I get that. And on the other hand, Kyrie believes he's probably doing exactly the right thing. I have nothing to explain to anyone. You should know exactly why I'm sitting out. There's really nothing to say. Do you see the world burning right now? Do you see it? Do you need to know why I'm not playing games? Okay, good. But did Steve Nash really have to say, I don't know where he is right now? I haven't heard from him? Only the Nets could have that happen to them 2 weeks into the season. I think we have a dysfunctional organization on our hands.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. Let's rewind back to the interview that KD and Kyrie did together on KD's podcast on the 1st of October.
I don't really see us having a head coach. You know what I mean? Like, KD could be a head coach. I could be a head coach.
Jacques Vaughn could do it one day. It can be. It's a collaborative effort, I think, on our part.
Oh, no. Okay, so you know who might Marty take a little exception to that?
Who?
Steve
Nash?
Nash, the guy who is paid handsomely to be that head coach. The guy that if the team loses is going to be fired. There's no one else on that team that is going to be on the chopping block if they lose than he is. So, I mean, what can you expect when one of your star players says you're not the head coach and then the other star player agrees with them? Listen, you don't think I'm the head coach? You don't think I'm the head coach? All right, don't call me back, motherfucker. We'll see what happens. I'm going to sewer you in the press and say, I don't know where Kyrie is. Maybe you should ask one of the other 20 head coaches that we have on the roster where he is. Ask Karis LeVert, the other head coach, where Kyrie be.
I would have loved to see Steve Nash's live reaction to that.
Right?
Yeah.
What did he just say? What? Excuse me? Kyrie also said in that infamous interview, we don't need someone coming in here making us run drills, changing our offense, changing our flow. We got things handled here. And you know what? Kyrie was right. Because now, just like last year, the Nets are just losing games while Kyrie and KD are still sitting on the sidelines. So he's right about that. Brooklyn's 500, less than 500, because KD came back last night, and then Brooklyn lost by 13 to the Oklahoma City Thunder at home. That is fucking disgusting. Wow, Kyrie is just still utilizing the we have unlimited PTO policy. Just $500,000 per game, just boom. Just still collecting checks, not playing games. This is going to be a major topic of conversation. Something I am for sure keeping my eye on. The relationship between Steve Nash and Kyrie is, I'm saying it now, it is sus. It is super sus. Do you agree, Marty?
I do completely. And as someone who Steve Nash is my favorite athlete and Kyrie Irving right now, one of my least favorite athletes, it's maybe the easiest sports beef I've ever had to pick a side on.
Yeah, but you have to admit, the easiest thing that you could say as a head coach is, yeah, me and Kyrie have worked this out.
Yeah.
He's handling some things. Some personal issues. We'll get back to you when he's coming back. He's got some things to handle. You say, I haven't spoken to him.
I haven't spoken to him.
That is bus tossing. That is public bus tossing. The most, those people, the sneaky, like, I'm going to get back to you, back at you like 6 months later, passive aggressively. I got you. I'm going to remember. That's Steve Nash. Oh, yes. The big news, shockingly, in the NBA right now. I'm surprised. I am stunned that this is a problem.
Yeah, who saw this?
COVID. COVID is now wreaking havoc in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, Heat Celtics was canceled yesterday, which was unfortunate for me. I had a nice teaser with the Heat, but
I also had a teaser with the Heat, and that game was postponed. So now all the money that I had is, I don't know what happens, actually. It's in limbo.
Yep.
So let's recap what's happening. The league, big money grab league. All leagues are money grab leagues, but the league decided we are going to rush to get the league back on Christmas Day, marquee game day. It just so happens that Christmas is a big-time family holiday, people gathering in small and large groups alike. And wouldn't you know, just in the incubation period ending, we have an outbreak on our hands, not just in our country, but in the NBA as a whole. And now we have games being postponed. Legitimately now, players are getting tested. The players are testing positive for COVID in game, folks. Sharing the ball, sweating on one another, breathing their little COVID juice on each other, facing faces all while having COVID. The 76ers had 8 players on their roster.
Yeah, and they got steamrolled by
Fucking
Denver.
smoked. They really had 7 guys, and then there was this like scrub that was sitting there just so they didn't forfeit.
Right.
It was giving me serious like Saturday morning rec ball vibes.
Totally.
Where you come
Empty
in.
gym.
Yeah, it's empty gym. You expect the crew to be there. You're there. You like forewent. Is that a word? You forewent going out because you're a responsible hooper. All of your teammates did not. They all went out hard. And then they somehow text you like 10 minutes before, bro, not going to make it. And you've got 6 dudes and girls, right, playing against a stacked team from the other side of town. And they blow you out and you are gassed. You're ready to just fucking puke all over yourself. But this was not rec ball. This was the Philadelphia 76ers, an NBA team. That is just crazy. Teams just legit missing half their roster. And Adam Silver's like, you're elite athletes. Just drink some Gatorade. Keep going. You can do this. Just more minutes. You can play more minutes. It's fine. It seems like just yesterday, one dude testing positive prior to the game starting could shut the entire league down and then be the catalyst for the national shutdown of sports.
Yeah, man. Poor Rudy. Poor Rudy Gobert.
Fuck Rudy Gobert. What? Poor Rudy Gobert. That man said COVID was fake. That man said COVID was a hoax. And then he put his hands and feet and breath all on a million microphones. And then he got COVID. And we didn't get the Final Four probably because of Rudy Gobert. Mm-hmm. And then, but also, by the way, in hindsight, he said he regretted that decision. What else, Rudy, would your viewpoint be? What, you wish that there were more mics on the podium to touch? Is that really what you could possibly say? No wonder Donovan Mitchell was like, get this dumb motherfucker out of here. This dumb French fuck. This COVID truther shutting down our league, messing with my money. Like Michael Porter Jr., who also said COVID was a hoax. Out indefinitely, dumb idiot. Don't even get me started on these dudes. It's like Kyrie Irving and his conspiracy theories. Folks, this is not a conspiracy. This is what we're dealing with. What a world. You're now to the point where the NBA has redefined all of their rules. Close contact is now, I don't even know what. I'm not sure. You can play in games against someone who has COVID. It is now no longer close contact. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. And we're to the point where teams are missing damn near half their roster and for weeks at a time. And no one seems to blink. What a time to be alive. You know, I got lit up. Multiple people in my DMs like, 2 segments for Colin Sexton, not a goddamn word about Steph Curry. And you know, that's fair. So I'm giving Steph Curry an entire segment breaking down his greatness. The haters are strong for Steph Curry. They are. They really are. There's nothing that he can do right for some people. Lots of hate.
Yeah, I mean, people say he's a overrated system guy, like not tough, bad defender, you know, all that noise.
Do you agree with that?
I don't. I never have. I've been a big Steph fan for a while.
Things got extremely slanderous when Steph, Steph hasn't been himself for a little bit. So things got extremely slanderous, we'll say recently. And you know what? I'm going to admit something to you.
Yeah.
I haven't told people this publicly. I have told people this privately. I was one of those people.
No.
I was one of those people slandering Steph Curry. I thought maybe he needed Clay and KD to open up his game. I thought maybe he made too many bad decisions to be a leader. Chucking from 3 from fucking 3 seconds in the shot clock a million times, anytime he wanted. Being real casual with his passes, just sloppy.
At the end of games, yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. Sloppy with the rock. I thought, does Steph Curry have the toughness to be the one to lead a team? Yeah, I was shit-talking Steph.
I just think that's wild.
I mean, games like last night were why. 2 of 16 shooting.
Yep.
Historically bad night. Just poor. Just terrible. When he looks bad, let's just say this. When he looks bad, he looks really bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even just me, though. You had NBA champions like Channing Frye, saying the same damn thing. They were standing for LeBron James. They were saying like, oh, look at this roster. Oh, LeBron James, all he had was Eric Snow and this and that. And Steph Curry's had 3 All-Stars on his team. Really, what has he accomplished on his own? And then Steph Curry heard all of that. He was listening for sure. He took all of that as fuel, as rocket fuel, and he put up 62 against my Portland Trail Blazers, which was regrettable. Very sad. Then he put up, 38 against the Clippers?
It was 8, yeah.
38 against the Clippers. He's taking shit personal. He even said it. He said, cue the Jordan meme. I took that shit extremely personal. He took it personal. He did. Doing things he's maybe perhaps never done in his entire career, except for when he was at Davidson, also being slandered when he didn't get offers to schools that he should have gotten offered to. He's now in that mode. Because we're not a podcast, contrary to popular belief, we're not a podcast that breaks down X's and O's. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm here to make jokes, okay? So I don't need to tell you about that crazy left-handed cross-court pass that Steph Curry made to, like, I forget who in the corner on a back screen with just incredible range. Okay, we're not doing that, right? What we're going to talk about is why me and the rest of the world, except for you apparently, Marty, are so fucking dumb. Our brains do something. Our brains do something that's crazy. It's the guys in lab coats. They call that they call it recency bias. They call it prisoner of the moment. Whatever you want to call it, it means we place greater importance on the things that have happened most recently, right? So, as soon as someone hits the struggle bus, doesn't matter what they've done in the past. 2-time MVP. 5 consecutive finals appearances. 1 bad stretch. 5 games Steph Curry played last year. 5. Broke his hand. He was with a bunch of random dudes, a jambalaya of randoms that he had never played before with. And it's like Steph Curry is god-awful. He is just trash now. What happened? 9 months off. More like legitimately, probably we could call it more than 9 months off. I would say that those 5 games aren't enough to really get into a rhythm. So the last time that Steph Curry played a game in rhythm was the NBA Finals against the Raptors. Okay, so it's been a while, and he's coming back. He's trying to get his mojo, has his little slump, and it's like Steph Curry is garbage. He is so overrated. He needs 3 All-Stars in order to be good. What happened? All he does is chuck from 35 feet. He's not an All-Star. Well, I think people believe he's an All-Star, but they don't think he's as good as he is. The truth is, Steph Curry is him. He is him. He is going to get his. He is going to get off. He is one of the greatest shooters we have ever seen. And now he's probably going to be better because he doesn't have those collection of stars that he needs to share the ball with anymore. He can do anything he wants now. And you know, just like in his Davidson days, he has to shoulder the burden or this team will not win. So we get to see Steph Curry be Superman goddamn near every night. That is exciting. Even on an off shooting night like last night, led the team in rebounds. So much more fun than seeing him with Steph. Seeing Steph with Clay and KD and Draymond to their peak. I don't want to see a dynasty. I want to see a guy be Superman. So, on behalf of all of us dummies everywhere, I would like to say this. For those who want to see Steph be a human highlight reel and him probably get an MVP this year, Steph, you're still trash.